let's see. Dum, dum, dum. Is it going? Yeah. It looks like it's going with no distortion there. The pod track is going up and down. Dum, dum, and the Streamlabs going left to right. And the camera says handsome. So we gotta go. Oh, when you can call yourself handsome and not laugh out loud, that means you're really scoring some points with the ladies, if you know what I mean. It is a little bit after 6 o'clock Los Angeles time. It is Tuesday. It is October 15th. Do you hear that? Yeah. There is nobody in studio. No. Gen X Mom, your queen, has left me. She filed for a divorce and moved to Nebraska because that's what you do. So she's in Nebraska until she comes to her senses and comes home, which should take no more than a week. I find when women leave me, they come to their senses in about a week, and then she'll be back about them. Trippy Pineapple went back home, so he's taking care of stuff down south. That means that we are short-staffed. No, I don't mean that everyone is Sammy Joe. Not everyone is just 4'3" like Sammy Joe. No. She's a short-staffed person. We are short-staffed. There's a difference when you're being a Bill Nye the Science Guy and you got your grammar correct. You'll understand what I'm talking about. All right. So we got to start. We got things to do. The first thing is I'm running the sheets tonight. That means to my right, to your left, I've got Sheets open, and it's Google Sheets. We got some staff members in there trying to help out. One of them says, Scott Royston has his big red one, member for 12 months, love the 70s age, agrees some handsome general, and fill in the Queen Trippy Dippy Pineapple, but he's not theirs. No fill in. That's just, now see, Scott's got his big red one. That means if you're watching on YouTube and someone's got their big red one, they've been a paid member for a year. Scott got kicked out of YouTube by YouTube. I didn't do that. So he actually had to start over. I think Scott's been around longer than his second year. So it is an inaccurate reading on that. All right. I'm getting yelled at by somebody about the PayPal link. Bum. And where is it? That's the PayPal link? That looks awfully short. I don't think Josh did that right, but I'm going to pin it anyway, buddy, to see if it works. It looks a little short to me. It just says, that doesn't look, wow, what do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. But if you guys want the PayPal link, will be at the top. Chris and Sammy Joe can put it up on Facebook for you guys. That way, if you guys want to send us some donations in there, it's tax-free. YouTube and Facebook don't take their cut. Appreciate when you guys do that. Now, let's get started. We got some stuff to talk about. And before we even get going on the program, then we'll get going on the program. We got to start by saying something, and then we can start on the program after we say. This, I couldn't pass up because holidays are coming, right? The holidays are coming. We're getting ready. Money's tight. It's a terrible economy. It's a terrible time for everybody. And things aren't going well. And you don't have as much money as you did before, and I don't have as much money as I did before. And so we got to stretch every dollar. So I did the right thing. I did something for you guys. I did my homework. I did the math. I went online. I started looking for some things for you. And I just want, there's some things to get, and there's some things to avoid, and there's some things I don't understand. So this is going to be the shopping version of that. So if you got your credit cards out, put them away, because there's no links. There's no nothing. This is give you ideas. This is where you use pen and paper. You scratch some stuff down and figure it out as you go along. Good. Glad you're coming along with me on that. So this one, 99-cent store is going to be the option. I think we're all going to be 99-cent whores this year. You're going to shop at the 99-cent store. At least I am. And the Sun Valley Fox shops there anyway. Sun Valley Fox is so cheap. His ass squeaks when he walks. No, that's what his wife told me. So I'm just repeating that. I haven't heard it. I don't go around listening to men's asses to see if they squeak. That's just what she said. I believe her. I don't question that. But this is a regular set of gloves at the 99-cent store. And this is my buddy Jay holding this for us here. Just a regular set of gloves at the 99-cent store. And you think, now, that's a pretty good set of gloves. They're leather. They look nice. They're safety rated and safety colored. Why would they be at the 99-cent store? Well, I'm glad you asked. It just so happens that the thing that turned everybody off on those gloves and got them out of the mainstream stores and got them off of Amazon, got them out of Walmart and Sears, and sent them to the 99-cent store was the name. Yeah. The Chinese have a lot of trouble with translations, and these are called the hand job gloves. Yeah, the hand job gloves. Now, I know what you're thinking there. There's like guys are going, no, that would not what you want for you. Do not put those on when you. This is what they said. I didn't write that. This isn't photoshopped. I didn't write hand job. They wrote hand job. At the 99-cent store, you can buy the hand job gloves. Now, the only thing that makes it worse, I know it's a confusing thing. It's like, well, that's not what they meant. They lost something in translation. Okay, they're probably still gloves. It's not what you think they're for. Get your mind out of the gutter. Quit thinking like you're thinking general. I hear it. I'm hearing all the stuff coming back at me right now. Look at it. Well, I feel the heat coming through the screen right now. You guys are giving me a bunch of shit. Look at it. They wrote it, not me. But the advertising caption is what sells this. It really was what makes the difference here. What does it say? Better than nothing. Let me enlarge that for you. Can you see that? What does that say? What's their very own tagline? Hand job gloves, better than nothing. I'm going to defer to my own personal expertise on the matter. If I'm going to tell you to wear these gloves or nothing, I'm going to go with nothing. Now, my wife has a set of these. In fact, for her specific applications and jobs, she has full body gear. Yeah, that's how non-intimate your queen is. She's full body gear, just like the chem gear. You know, when you're the safety gear when there's a virus loose and you got an outbreak monkey running around. That's what she wears. But I'm just letting you guys know this is some things. So this is a toss-up. Is this a get or a don't get? I mean, you did 99 cents for a set of gloves. Just rip off the tag and pretend you don't know. All right, we're back to the beginning. The Sun Valley Fox says we can start. Sun Valley Fox with his $1.2 million view up there in Minden, Nevada, looking at the mountains of Lake Tahoe as we speak. He's pouring a shot, so I'm pouring a shot right now. Let me raise a glass. Sun Valley Fox got one up in the air. I hope you guys join me in kicking this pig and getting going on this stuff. I don't mind drinking alone, but I'd rather drink with my friends. So if you guys, I'm looking over here on the screen, just put up the little emoji for the glass thing. Let me know I'm not drinking alone. I've drank alone before. Oh, there we go. Houdini's got my back on that. Top-notch drinking coffee, but it's okay. Scott Royston skipped right over me. Wow, Danny H. right over me. Boy, you guys are just, I guess just a couple of us drinking there. Oh, now Danny H. comes back. Thank you guys, Nana A. Jeremy Underhill's got a glass up there for me, too. Thank you guys for doing that. I don't mind drinking alone. Let's kick this pig and get started. All right, and then when Sun Valley Fox says we can get going, goddamn, he's even got look at his glass, BOTGN. See right there in a shot glass, BOT, bottom of the glass nation. That's us. That's you guys. He's got the original glass right there. You could have one too if you were cool and you knew where to go get it. All right. So don't forget if you're looking around wherever you're at, look for Trippy Pineapple, who is off tonight. Sammy Joe's on one of the Facebook pages. Disney Kids on one of the Facebook pages and on Rumble. Josh Maddox in your lower left corner is pulling duty on YouTube tonight, so you'll see Josh. Say hello to Josh. These are your staff members. This is what they look like when they blow through the comment section. Make sure you're yelling at them correctly. Don't forget that. All right. Also remember, we're on the bus. The bus is going. This podcast is a road show, and once we get on and we get going, you can't stop until we got kicked off. Do you see? We got banned twice last episode. Did you notice that? We got cut off twice. Trippy Dibby Pineapple was working his magic, getting us back on. Yeah, we got cut off 2 times. Cut off. I guess we said too much. Which often happens, just for everybody who's new around here, when you get on the bus, which is this show, and you take off through the mountains, everybody's half naked and drinking, and it's a good time. But I'm telling you, this show will go to the very end or until it goes over a cliff. We often go over the cliff. We did a couple of days ago. They kicked us off twice, but we figured out how to get back. The main thing is you got to remember who's driving the goddamn bus, and that's our favorite Tasmanian who always tells us what time it is.
I hear him myself, dog.
I have no fucking idea what he said. He could have said he's got his thumb up his ass. He could have said the bus is in 3rd gear already. He could have said all aboard. He could have said no showed. I don't fucking know. Anybody speak Tasmanian? No, I didn't think so. All right. So one real quick before we get going on the show can officially start right now. But my wife is always yelling at me for cleaning my ears inappropriately. And she's got Q-tips everywhere. She's got Q-tips and cotton balls by the thousands in the bathroom. You get a big old thing of cotton balls with a lid on, a big old jar of Q-tips with the lid. What the fuck would you ever need that many Q-tips and cotton balls for? I mean, is there ever going to be a Q-tip emergency where someone goes, oh my God, I need 300 Q-tips, and someone goes, I know where to go. The Queen has a whole bunch of them in her bathroom. No one's ever going to do that. This is just shit that has now become decorations in my house. It is a decoration of shit that will never get used. Some of those cotton balls in the bottom of that thing have been there since 1993. I'm convinced. Anyway, so Q-tips say, don't put this in your ear, but yet she hands me those and goes, put this in your ear. Now, I got a Snap-on screwdriver that has no ear warnings on it at all. So I'm cleaning out my ears with a Snap-on screwdriver. That's what I use, and it works really well. It gets everything out. And she said, no. Q-tip says, warning, don't put this in your ear. I told her, I said, you go out to any of my Snap-on tools, go on their website. If anywhere on the Snap-on tools website it says, don't put this in your ear, I will abide. The dude will abide. But until then, I'm doing my job. Well, she starts hassling me. She's going to buy stuff to clean my ears. I'm going to buy stuff that's better. So I'm searching for better things that I want too. Here's what I found. And I almost won the argument with this right here. I almost won because I sent her this and I go, look at this dude. Not only does he have a screwdriver, he's got a powered screwdriver. Just whipping around in there, cleaning shit out. I figured I'd won. I figured I won the argument. This guy stepped it up a notch. This guy had removable devices in there for scraping that shit out. I wanted one. I was going to get a wheel cylinder hone and put that in there. Wheel cylinder hone, never mind. Google a wheel cylinder hone, and then you'll get it. That's funny. It's super funny, but not if you don't know what it is. Anyway, so this guy was my hero. This guy was my champion. I sent this to her, just about to close out the discussion where I could fall back on my Snap-on screwdriver, and then she tells me that's like spraying water or some battery hour dolphin sonic resin, and she's proving to me that it wasn't. I thought for sure it was going to be and it was a and there's a difference, and would get it done. Just sounds funny. So anyway, I lost the battle on that one, and whatever. It's just the bus is ready to go. That was in there. You guys know that as I travel along, I often find myself looking at news articles, and I sit back in my chair and decide, do I click that link? Do I not click that link? And sometimes I show you, because when you're on the fence, it's a good discussion. This one I looked at and said, she is a picture of an old dude. What, 16 or 1700s? And the thing with this was under lifestyle. this was under the category of lives. You got world, you got politics, you got entertainment, you got lifestyle. This was under lifestyle. I guess they didn't have a section called weird historical shit that nobody believes. That should be a column, weird historical shit no one believes. But they didn't have that. This is under lifestyle. Anyway, it says, meet the American who reported the first sensational UFO. Now, I thought this was dumb. First of all, this dude's alive like 200 years ago. I can't meet him. So that's a lie. And how are they going to know if that dude saw that UFO? And that's going to be a lie. Because the guy didn't just run home and start writing this shit down. He probably didn't draw it down at all. But I don't know. Maybe the guy did. He could have been somebody important. So I thought, I don't know if I want to click on this. It's a waste of time. My time is valuable. I'm a very busy man. And so I looked at... My time is valuable. Oh, that was the biggest lie I've told so far tonight. But don't worry, the night is young. The lights will get bigger. It said the first sensational UFO. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so there's other Americans before him that reported UFOs, apparently. But this was the first sensational UFO. In fact, as far as back as I can remember, and I've been watching Unsolved Mysteries and all sorts of programs all through the 70s and 80s. Spock, Leonard Nimoy did one called In Search Of. I don't ever remember anybody saying we have a sensational UFO story. All right, so I had to click on it. Not a big deal. So there really wasn't much to show you on it. There wasn't any other pictures. But what it did say was this UFO sighting was in 1639 by John Winthrop. I guess that dude was somebody. He had a lot of pull. So I'm just going to read you. There's a big article, but here's the crux of it. Winthrop's sensational account of the great light in the night. Now, see, they're pulling away. You can't get them for false advertising anymore because it says, since the article is different than the lead-in story. The title says first sensational UFO, which I got suckered into. Wouldn't you? Yeah, 3 or 4 beers in, of course you would. So then this one says, Winthrop's sensational account. So apparently there was just some sensational writing about it. Of the great light in the night, as witnessed by a group of sober, discreet, and credible persons. Boy, yeah, they had to put that in quotations to make sure we knew. Just listen. This was by this is what John said, but it was also witnessed by sober, discreet, and credible persons over the muddy river in Boston, a trickle of a creek that today wraps around Fenway Park. Now, okay, so they brought it around for me a little bit there. I respect Fenway Park. Nothing really about the UFOs other than you read the whole article and it says, and during this sighting about these credible, sober individuals, 3 men might have been abducted. I got to tell you, I didn't even know they thought about abductions back then. I mean, I guess the aliens have been probing us in the ass for more years than I care to acknowledge. I had no idea. It's a new thing for me, but whatever. All right. Let me jump over here between the sheets, see if I'm missing something here. Okay, Scott Royston, I did his. YouTube, Shannon Bergoodman for 13 months. Hello, handsome general. That's 2 handsomes for me. When I get to 4, the show can really kick into high gear. Scott Royston, $2. To the general, I have not been evicted from YouTube. No, you got kicked out and then brought back, right? That's why you only have a year. I thought Scott had been here longer than a year. I don't know. What do I know? All right. So Sonia, member for 1 month. She's an extra. Thank you very much. Derek Aspinall. Derek Aspinall didn't say where he's from. Is it on YouTube or is it on Facebook? Anyway, he says, fucking boring dude. Is that what it says? I have to open up the sheets a little bit here. I want to get that right. If I'm gonna quote someone, let's quote him right. Facebook. Oh, it says, didn't say fucking, it said Facebook. Sorry. Derek Aspinall says boring dude. Now there's no comma there, so he could be saying boring dude. That could have been the topic. Could have been talking about a loud one, the driver of the bus. Yeah. Could have been talking about the hand job gloves. He could have been saying, or he just could say boring dude. And that could be me. Derek Aspinall could have been saying, now, I don't know how I'd spice it up anymore. Derek, I want to please you. I really do. You know, like right now, you're my guiding light. You're my inspiration. I don't know where to go with this other than boring. Derek Aspinall says boring dude, so I got to change things up. Well, I don't usually make fun of people's names, but we could start with Derek. Sounds kind of like Dick. Aspinall sounds like asshole and all. So Derek's asshole and all is upset that I'm boring. So we'll make this program special. We'll dedicate this to Derek asshole and all. So wherever Derek you are, if you're still listening, Derek asshole and all, this is for you, buddy. We'll do the whole program. We'll dedicate it just to you. And from time to time, if you actually matter, if you actually count, we'll come back to you and say your name. But if I forget, if you slip my mind, if I don't remember to say your name later off in the program, I don't think that'll bother you too much. You're probably one of those guys that people forget anyway. You know, you have a birthday party and you invite 100 people and 2 show up and they only came over by accident to collect money that you owed them. Stuff like that. The people that do show up at a party and you're there, you're the guy in the corner staring at the plant trying to pretend it's interesting because nobody will talk to you. I'm going to try not to put you in that light. I'm trying not to cast you, I'll try to bring you out of that and try to remember your name. But if I don't, the good news is it won't really be upsetting because that's probably just how you live in the real world. All right. So Dick Aspinall, whatever his name is. Derek's aspirin. He's done. Loud one, $5. Okay, I had to fix the damn boost leak. Now we're making boost in every gear. We're already gone, man. Whatever hood you're under, we're already going down the road, man. We were in 3rd gear in that Partridge Family bus. By the time you shut the hood, we're doing 60. I don't know who's driving. I don't know if it's on autopilot, but that's what we're doing here. Don't remember, Elon Musk is part of this program. Anything's possible. Insurmountable Cali Cat said, hello, handsome general. That's 3. I need 1 more, and then we can get going. All right. So we talked about doing the shopping. We showed you a 99-cent gift. We got some great gift ideas. We got some expensive ones, some not expensive ones. I'm going to have to drink if I'm going to get through part of this. So, boy, I got another in here. Let's drink right together. Here we go. All right. So what's another good one? This one bothered me because this is old school stuff. This is a translator with an advertisement that says, if you buy this, the advertisement says you can speak 89 languages on planet Earth. 89 languages on planet Earth. And I was like, bitch, please. Bitch, please. I know you got some shit to tell me here, but I'm a Trekkie from way back, man. I've got a Star Trek communicator. It does hundreds of thousands of languages all over the universe. And you're going to tell me I should go spend money on a translator for 89 languages on Earth? I don't think so. I think you're a little bit behind the times. Me and my boy Jim here, we got it going on. Don't put your shit up against ours. That means your shit needs to be on the 99-cent store. Yeah, that's true. Now, if there's fishermen out there, and a lot of you guys like to fish, there's a lot of our fans, a lot of followers, a lot of viewers are in the country, in the territory, around the planet where there's fishing, and you guys fish heavily. I thought this was appropriate. I don't know for who, but you gotta have all your gear. You got to have your rod, your reel. You got to have your hooks, your lures, your nets. Sometimes you guys use boats. You take off. Just please don't call fishing a sport. Okay? Please don't call it a sport. Nothing is a sport if you can fall asleep while you're doing it. I got to be honest. Okay? So let's move past that. Good. Glad you're with me. So there's aspects to fishing, all sorts, and so you're thinking you got at the 99-cent store. You're probably not going to get a good rod, maybe a lure. You can get some line, but probably not a reel. I thought this was amazing, and every fisherman needs it. If you don't eat it yourself, you know someone who does. This is how you remove the bone of the fish. The spineless Wonder Boner. Yeah, fish bone removal tool. The spineless Wonder Boner. Now, I was pretty sure that's what, on staff, Disney Kid, I was pretty sure that was his nickname before he changed his name to Disney Kid. I think on YouTube and Facebook, he was known as the Spineless Wonder Boner, and then one day he changed it. I think his wife made him change it. And Callie Cat said, look, dude, I'll marry you as soon as you change that fucking name. So I think if any of you are interested, Spineless Wonder Boner is probably a name you can go get right now. And I bet spinelesswonderboner.com is available too. Just go check it out. Probably for $19.95 a month, just like Earl Scheib and his paint jobs. Anyway, 99-cent store stuff. I think it's important. If it's out there and it's for sale, you know somebody who needs this. Make sure you pick up a couple of these and pass them out. Santa will be giving them in stockings this year, so be careful. All right, let me go back to the sheets. Is there more stuff I'm missing? Okay. Buster had his own key and vice grips. Buster's his dog, who we call Pasta, because the steering wheel. How many of you guys have ever actually driven a vehicle or had to move a vehicle when there's no steering wheel and you've had to use vice grips? I have done that. I have actually done that as a kid, had to use vice grips to turn the steering wheel while I'm moving a cart and drive down the freeway with it. Just realized you gave local school bus the boost upgrade. You gave the great. So now, looks like Loud One put the Banks Turbo Kit on a school bus instead of the Gen X Talks bus. That's great. That's great. Jane and Facebook, how's Briggs doing? I don't want to talk about Briggs. Briggs is I talk about Briggs on the podcast, and there will be a podcast Thursday morning live. We'll do it on the radio at 10 o'clock Los Angeles time on kgxtradio.com. We'll be there for that. You guys can hear it Friday morning. That's a tough one, Jane. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one to talk about. But if you're going to tune in, we do the kid update as part of it, and I'm really, really having trouble as a parent. Although, when I argued with him today, he was over today, and Briggs is our youngest, and I've raised 32 children, and this last batch of 8, I was with my wife, your queen, Gen X mom, and this last batch of 8, we've got 6 that turned out great, 1 that turned out terrible, and 1 Briggs we're on the fence about. I don't think the problem's me. I mean, as far as parenting goes, I think I'm doing okay. I don't think the problem's necessarily me. You follow me on that? If you play statistics, I think I'm okay. Danny H gifted 5 Danny H gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Who got the memberships, Johnny? Well, funny you should ask. Cindy Ings, Grateful Ed, which is a play on Grateful Dead, I think. Wheezy16, and Stuart Bailey and Big One. All of you can leave the stream and go to the community section and waste all of your time going back through 4 years of members-only stuff. Then you can come back, the stream will be over, and you can kick yourself in the ass, but please, feel free to do it without my consent. All right. So we just going to mix in some stuff here. We got to talk. I can't not talk about some of the funny stuff on the news. And it's either politics or it's the hurricane lately. I don't really want to talk about the hurricane, but boy, this was funny. Bill Clinton gets out there, and he's in a group, he's in a crowd. I'm sure you guys all saw this. I just thought it was hilarious that he's talking with people about immigration, and he talks about Laken Riley, who got shot and murdered by the illegal border hopper. And he says, he goes, yeah, we were trying to pass a bill, and the Republicans killed it. And this is what happens when people get across the border and they murder citizens. And we'd had the bill, but they killed the bill. And the whole area gets outdoors. The whole area gets quiet, and someone says, well, that bill was like 3 months ago. What were you guys doing for the past 3.5 years? And then he just said, well, the bill, we tried to end the bill, and we're trying to. And I said, you know, what you're saying, what you're admitting is that there are unvetted assholes killing American citizens on your watch. And that's essentially, which is why every news station is just roasting Clinton, and why the Harris campaign's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You just admitted, we haven't done shit. You admitted all these things happened you're causing more problems, man. Of course, he's not quite the same since he left office. He's a little backed up, if you know what I mean. You're married to a sea hag, you need some release, and never mind. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, that was super funny, because sometimes politicians, they say the truth, which he did, stepped on his dick a little bit, but that's it. Here's the other one. You guys all saw Walz, and he's fucking with this thing, the shotgun. He's fucking with it. There's cameras going. He finally turns his back. God damn it. Looks like he's jacking off to a still deer. He's going like this, and he can't quite get it. All of the gun experts, which I'm not, chimed in immediately and said, dude, you left-handed, right-handed shotgun. You're left-handed, right-handed. You're on the wrong side. You're not loading it through the right side. You got the safety on you. And that's the whole reason this dude was in the campaign. There's a whole reason she got him on there. She's, the lady. She's the upper class lady of the thing. And we need a man's man down here. So my vice president got to be a man's man from the country and knows his shit. And he's over there jacking off a shotgun trying to get it to go. That was fucking funny. I'm surprised Saturday Night Live didn't pick up on that one, but probably was a little bit too much for you. Listen, if you got to the show late, or you didn't hear your bell, your notification, if Facebook and Rumble and YouTube didn't tell you, well, they're not going to. Especially YouTube has really turned the screws to us lately. It's an election year. We're a conservative leaning side of things. We're mainly a common sense channel, and the problem is that they try to squash us. They're holding our views back. They're not letting I get emails all the time. I didn't get the notification. I've subscribed. I joined. I hit the bell. I'm not getting the notification. They're not going to. Facebook won't. Rumble won't. Rumble might. YouTube won't. They're not going to. They suppress all the conservative channels, all the common sense channels. But if you join Patreon, it's $1. Not only do you get an email saying, hey, we're going on in half an hour, those are your private smoke signals. I can send you smoke signals that no one can stop. I don't care if you're in Ireland. If I send you smoke signals, they'll come. This is the day of the internet, man. Elon Musk will make sure those smoke signals reach Ireland, but you just got to have it. So it's $1. So go to your couch, lift up the cushion, scrape together 4 quarters, and let's go. All right. What else is in the news there? Transgender volleyball player's teammate praises Nevada opponents for speaking out. You guys heard about this, that now there's other teams that are forfeiting games going, fuck off, we're not playing you. You got a guy on your team. We're not doing it. The girls on that team are going, dude, you shouldn't be in the locker room with us. Get your Johnson and move on. It's working. Look at all the places around the country where all the rules are starting to change. Little leagues are changing. Okay, women's sports are changing. High school softball teams are changing. The college, they're changing. All the schools are starting. The pendulum is swinging back the other way. It's been swinging back for about 1.5 years now. They can't cancel people like they used to. They've tried. The only bastion that is still holding out is Disney, and they're 100% going over the cliff as fast as they can. Everybody else, the pendulum is swinging back the other way. Would you like to know why? I'd be more than happy to tell you. It's not rocket science. I'm not a genius. I'm a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Would you like to know why the pendulum is swinging back the other way? Because we are a tolerant and kind society in America. But after a while, we've had enough. When you force yourself to the front of the line, you tell everybody that you're better than us. No, we were fine with everybody going, we just want to be treated equal. We just want to be treated the same. We're okay with that. But when you cross the line and go, well, now we want special conditions and special privileges, and you're going to use certain words for us as Americans, I'm telling you, as a country, even Democrats go, fuck, we're done with this shit. We put up with it for a long time. I know, Black Lives Matter and Me Too and the woke movement. And guess what? It's not even out there anymore. No one's saying anything about it. Nobody gives a shit about it. Oh, I know. If Trump wins, it'll all magically become a big thing again. But that just means it's manufactured. How come it just mysteriously went away for all these years? Were any problems solved? No. It's you guys making this shit up, forcing it on the rest of us. And when the pendulum swings back the other way, that is regular Americans saying, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Stop. Equal? Okay. You better than us? Not okay. That's it. That is as simple as you can put it. All right, moving on. So, yeah, that's a big thing. I do, but one last thing on that. Harris is going to be on Bret Baier. I think it's tomorrow. Bret Baier is my absolute favorite news guy. Absolutely my favorite news guy. I love watching every show, everything he's in. I dig how the effort he puts on everything to be accurate and correct in his perspectives and his interviews. He sticks it to people right when he should. He doesn't pull any punches and wait. I love it. And tomorrow he's supposed to have VP Harris on there. I'm telling you what they're doing. Can you imagine her going on Fox News? And there's 99 people in her campaign that says, don't do this. You couldn't even do the 60 Minutes one. The 60 Minutes one, we had to edit and move your words around, which I find amazing. Do you guys know, if you're not old like me, if someone would have done that 30 or 40 years ago, if someone would have taken answers and cropped them and moved them and slid things around like that, they'd have been fired. Political suicide, news suicide, your job would have been over. Career suicide, you can't do that. Nobody would have tolerated that. Left, right, middle ground, liberal, conservative. Nobody would have put up with that. Now it's okay to do it as long as you don't get caught. They did it on the 60 Minutes interview. I don't know if you guys caught that. They actually had such a fucked up answer to something. They actually took an answer from something else, cropped it out, and put it for this answer. And even that was dumb. Even that was fucking stupid. Go look on YouTube. They got some side-by-side comparisons. It's amazing. Anyway, 99 people on her campaign are going to, don't do the Fox interview. You couldn't even do 60 Minutes. Don't do the Fox interview. One dude said, hey, Kamala, if you do it and you nail it, you may win this election. Think about that. She's doing so poorly. There's so many aspects of her campaign that are collapsing and sliding and falling and giving way. This is a Hail Mary. Now, if she pulls it off, she may win this election. This may take those swing states. If she goes into the lion's den, which is what it is when you're going into Fox News and you're a liberal, if she pulls this off, that might really be something. If she doesn't, I think it's just going to hasten the landslide. But that's just me. I'm going to watch it and see. I'm kind of excited to see what he asks and how she answers. All right, let me jump back between the sheets before I get going any further. Diane C is on YouTube. She turned my whole screen green, $5. Diane C, I have come to the conclusion that children have so many genes from so many different family members on all sides that none of this is my fault. Now, hold on. Diane C., we're going to hold on. This is live. She just wrote this. I got to read this again, and then we got to dissect it. But to do that, we're going to have to hit the hooch. I'm going to drink and tell lies. You're going to drink and believe them. This is a very symbiotic relationship. I'm doing my part. I'm drinking. Okay. Let's try this again. Diane C., now, she's talking about raising children and how fucked up kids are and how they think. All right, I got you. I'm with you on that. I have come to the conclusion that children have so many genes from so many different family members on all sides. Stop there. My kids have so many different genes from so many different family members. Now, I don't know Diane C. She seems like a lovely person, but that right there leads me to believe that perhaps you're from Kentucky. Maybe everybody finds and meets their spouse at a family get-together, a little family reunion. Otherwise, how would your kids have so many family genes from so many family members? I'm just asking. Or potentially the child was a product of a very wild night that maybe I shouldn't ask too much about. Been part of those. Understand? Clear. I got you. But then she says, so none of it's my fault. That's probably true. I just think so. I mean, when you get into a drunken stupor in one of those parties, that's not your fault. You don't remember what happens. If you're forced to meet your spouse at family reunions, that's your only choice. Not really your fault either. I mean, especially back in Kentucky and Tennessee, Hatfields and McCoys. You guys remember that? They were the Hatfields and the McCoys. I'm telling you. Well, I'm telling a story with an analogy of a. You don't know who the Hatfields and McCoys are? Seriously, if you don't know who the Hatfields and McCoys are, you're ruining this joke. I'm telling a story here with Diane C. But you're ruining the whole fucking thing if you don't. Okay, if you don't know who the Hatfields and McCoys are, you got to fucking leave. You're way too young to be part of this live stream. Pack up your shit. Turn off your pewter that mommy bought you and go somewhere else. Go ask someone, because I got to tell this story now, but now you've fucked it up because you made me stop and explain it. If Diane can only pick family relatives at a family reunion for a spouse, that's like the Hatfields and McCoys, because they don't allow outsiders out. Hatfields and McCoys, they don't allow outsiders into those hollers, up in those Kentucky hollers up there. So I'm saying, I'm trying to piece all this together. I'm not a diagnostician. I don't know what she's saying here. I'm just going by what's written on the screen, doing my best. Diane, I hope Dan, I'm just fucking with you over on YouTube a little bit. I hope you're laughing along with me. Shiloh, $10. The chick who said Donald J. Trump attacked a Secret Service agent on January 6th, busted using Signal to text with Cheney. Oh, Liz Cheney. Yeah, and the dispute she had. They have found a bunch of stuff. They got all the records, Shiloh. They're getting pieces of it now all over the place about how it was let to happen, even coordinated to some degree by Pelosi. You know, she was ordering people to stand down and then pointing the finger elsewhere. Wow, liberals at that high of a rank doing some underhanded shit and getting caught? Personally, I'm shocked. I am shocked. I expected a higher ethical standard from our friends across the aisle. I truly did. Okay, Scott Royston. I love Briggs dearly, but he needs to be responsible for his channel and be there for the Jukebox show. It's his freaking show. It's the only one he does, and he doesn't even talk about it anymore. He came over today, and I was like, dude, didn't you have a show yesterday? And he just kind of shrugged his shoulders. I'm about ready to pull it off the schedule. John Morgan, Peter Ducey should do the interview. No, John. John, no one's going to do an interview and let Peter Ducey do it. That motherfucker, how far along has that kid come? That guy is so sharp, and he is so quick, and he remembers things, and he phrases stuff perfectly. The best part about Peter Ducey, he never gets rattled no matter what you say. I think secretly that dude's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I'm glad for that. The next generation coming down the pipe, and he's leading the charge. I'm loving that kid. Insurmountable Calicat, here you go, gentlemen, for some dinner tonight. And Invisihuchi. Oh, Calicat, I can't do the Invisihuchi tonight. I want to, but I can't. But I can get some dinner. Thank you for that, sweetheart. I do love you. All right, where was I? Was I drinking? Well, if I wasn't, I should have been. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we got stuff to get to, man. It's not all news. There was some news in there. Here's one that I really, really enjoyed. I thought this is under great gifts. Now, we're moving away from the 99-cent store. Let's get into something practical, something you guys can. This is where you get your pencil out, get your paper. Okay, if you don't know what a pencil is, it's that yellow thing with the little lead tip and the eraser, the pink eraser on the end. You'll figure it out. It's called writing, penmanship. You'll get it. All right. So this was a good one. This one's called the Beam. Now, look what it says. The all-natural wearable device that reduces anxiety and stress in seconds. Called the Beam. Now, whatever that is, Look, that's modern etching. That's new technology. That's Elon Musk got it from buried on Mars shit, and he brought it back and made this for us. That's what that is. And then you read further, it says it's called the beam, and it uses an ancient, proven technique to encourage deep breathing and calm you down wherever you are, whenever you need it. It reduces anxiety and stress. Yeah, it's all futuristic, and then it says it uses an ancient technique, but it doesn't say what it is. What's the ancient technique? Just a good luck charm? If it works, I'm going to buy 10 of those and hang them around my neck, and anytime my wife gets near me, those things better start fucking glowing and turn her away like the evil witch grabbing the ruby slippers. Because I need my stress and anxiety reduced when my wife comes at me. That fucking thing better turn on and do its job. I don't know if I'm going to buy one or not. Thinking about it. Looks good. Here's something that if this is fucking true, why did it take so long to get here? If this next thing's true, why the fuck have we been just now seeing this? They're adjustable glasses. They got a little dial on the side. The dude was doing this, and it was coming in and out of focus. Where the fuck have these things been? If that's true, if there's a little fucking thing that can bend that lens and focus it in, what the fuck, man? Why weren't these invented like in the 60s even? We had technology in the 60s for this shit. Think about Clark Kent, Superman, running around and all of a sudden, whoo, he could do that. Yeah, Drew Carey in the 90s could do that. Trippy Pineapple these days with his big old thick government issue glasses. I'm just saying, if that's a real... Now, there's probably an optometrist out there that knows about this. If there's an optometrist that knows this shit, he should chime in right fucking now. If that's real, why... Now, I'm not saying they're stylish. How come these took so long to get here? Just adjustable right there. Whomp, and you're done. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What the fuck do I know? I don't know if those are bullshit or not, but I know this next one is. I didn't even click on it to read the whole article. I didn't need to. This is a gift you're supposed to buy. It's called the Barks Buddy. Ingenious device stops dogs from barking and makes your dog happy. Now, it's got a button and it's got a light, and this chick's holding it in her hand, and you press the button, your dog stops barking and becomes happy. There's only two things that I have ever seen in my 56 laps around the sun, which is over half a century traveling around the sun. I've seen a few things. I've been around a few dogs. And there's only two things that'll stop a little puppy like this from barking his ass off. If he wants to bark, he's going to fucking bark. One is food. And when he's finished, he goes right back to barking. The other one is a little female dog, so he can get a little badonkadonk. And again, when he's finished, he's going to go right back to barking. So if you're going to tell me that some battery-operated half of a garage door opener is going to get the job done, I think you're full of shit. You shouldn't be selling this on Google. This needs to go on the back page of the National Enquirer. Remember those? Yeah, remember those things you used to buy from the back page of that? X-ray glasses so you can see your sister's friends naked? Never buy those again. All right, let me check between the sheets, make sure I'm not missing something in here. Bump, 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 bump. 613 Jacob on Rumble says hydrate. Well, refrigerated Hawaiian water at its best. Here we go. Ah, the vocal cords are lubed, my man. That's 613 Jacob on Rumble. Boom, boom, boom. Diane C, $5. She's chiming back in again. Ohio born, have 3 grown girls, 3 grown boys. I meant parents and then grandparents. Okay, Diane, I get it. You're clarifying here. You're clarifying. Touched a nerve, perhaps? I'm just asking. Very clear. I'm not from Kentucky. Oh, I get where she's going with that, but that was a lot of fun. All right, where else we got? Bump, 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 boom. So the happy dog thing's a bunch of bullshit. Also, remember, last week's podcast has almost run its course. The new one will be out in a few days. Good moderators on all your channels will be putting up the links right now. The podcast, look what we did during the podcast. The pyramids were solved. That's right. Where did the pyramids come from? You're welcome, America. and Denmark. I solved it. I drew it out on the shower, took pictures of it. I figured it out for you. Neil deGrasse Tyson has already called me. We've conferred. He agrees. You need to listen. Torn knee. We talk about the fucked up thing there. Bedside manners. That's my wife. Driving habits. She's complaining about mine in detail. I'm okay. And of course, the California Angels with Logan Ohape that we met down in Lakewood. I call Long Beach, and we had an interview down there. That interview will be posted soon. But you guys should check out the podcast. It's an hour where my wife kicks the shit out of me. All right. So my daughter brought this one to me when we were going over stuff, and she got all excited about this. Dad, you should get this. You should get this and transfer all of our stuff and have our memories, blah, 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 blah. And I told her, I said, if you want me to buy this, to transfer all the old pictures and stuff to digital, all right. I said, I'll get it. You explain to me one thing. And she said, what? What are you talking? Now, this is the daughter that lives home. She's a millennial. She's not the brightest of all my kids. She's not, but she's a good kid. I said, just explain to me the title. And she goes, what title? I go, this advertisement says memories. Turn all your old memories into new ones. I said, if you can explain what that means, I'll buy this. And she goes, well, you just turn all your old memories into new ones. I said, how does that work? She says you take all your old memories and you put them on a disk or on a flash drive or on your computer. I said, how are they new memories? She says, because they're new. You didn't have them on your computer before. I said, is that a new memory? Or is that just a different way to look at my old memory? And she goes, well, it's still the same old memory. I said, then explain to me this title and I'll buy this product. If you can't explain to me this title, this is fucking bullshit. It's false advertising. I don't mind buying this. I'd love some new memories. I'd love to think back in 1986 and go, oh shit, that really happened? That's fucking great. Oh, look, I was there. That's looking back and having a new memory. I don't want to look back at the same old shit and go, yep. Yeah, fuck, yeah, I did that. No, I was there. Yeah, well, at least that woman got her shoes back. Everything's good. That's an old memory that I'm just reliving. And she sat there for about 10 minutes and she goes, well, I don't know what it means. I said, well, then we're fucking moving on. Oh, kids these days. Oh, my daughter, a little bit dingy. I love her to death, millennial, but she's one of the reasons I drink. She looks at shit like this, and I just shake my head, and I'm reminded of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a crowded bar one evening and said the immortal words, chicks, man. Chicks. That applies, loosely. Moving on. Bum, 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 bum. All right, where were we? New memories of Zoom? Yeah, this was kind of weird too. That's not a soccer ball. That's like some weird roll around thing. And they see how they have it on the tile, and you kick this thing. They have kids that are kicking this thing around, and it's like it never turns over. It never breaks anything. You can kick it all over the carpet. You can kick it all over the tile. And for the commercial purposes, they're just playing with it on there. And I thought, that's a missed opportunity. That's a missed opportunity because those kids are going to kick that thing all over every inch of your house. Are they not? Yeah, even places they're not supposed to go. What if that thing was while they're kicking it all around the house and they're irritating the shit out of you, what if it's also an active Roomba? That's the first thing that popped into my dumb head. I know I think about things differently, but the first thing I thought of is that'd be great if that tool was actually doing some good. My kids are going to fucking play ball in the house, and the Brady Bunch says, don't play ball in the house. You heard Mom. You heard her, but they're going to make a toy that does it for you, and you can play ball in the house. Make that thing fucking suck. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a device in your house that sucks at all. I'm all for that. Raise your hand. You with me? Good. Yeah, this is one for kids. Probably shouldn't say that, but it still would have been a good idea. Okay. Now, here I get two more things, and I may have to stop for a minute, but here's one here, too. This one here says, mounts on your devices anywhere seen on Shark Tank and The View. This thing. Do you see there's one on the dash, a little thing that's holding your phone, and there's two big monitors for the kids. And they got little red contraptions. When is the pendulum going to swing the other way where we take this shit away and make kids conversate during a road trip? Put your phone away, put your fucking headphones out, and pay attention. Look at things. Ask questions. Read a map. Where are we? Where are we going? How many miles? Look at things. Talk about where you are. Talk about how this road got there. Who crossed over here in a Conestoga wagon? Did the Sun Valley Fox blaze this trail back in 1836? It's possible. It's very possible. He's done a few of those. I don't know. Don't want to say yes, no, I, or maybe. This should not be on anybody's fucking list. If you want a way to divide your family further, buy this. If you want to find a way to bring your family together, buy this and smash it. That's what I'm saying. Or give it to your enemy in Russia or wherever your enemy is in China. Let them fuck up theirs. All right. Back to the 99-cent store stuff you don't want to get, and China and how they miscommunicate a lot of their shit. They can't even call this guy Superman because they didn't want to pay for the marketing because they sent it over here in the United States, but they sure fucked up a lot of the stuff on there. I mean, he's propped up like his dick is caught in the handlebars on that motorcycle. I've never seen Superman. First of all, I've never seen Superman ride a motorcycle. Unless he kicked the shit out of Batman and stole his. But he certainly wouldn't be standing there with a dick in the handlebars like that. And it's called Superhero Returns. They can't even call him Superman. But if you don't know the story, if this is what they're thinking in China when they give you this, if you don't know the story, okay, this is from my buddy Jay. If you don't know the story of Superman, don't worry. The back of the box tells it to you. This is what's printed on the back of the box. Ready? The Superman is in several years the trial return to the hometowns. Okay. I feel like we're reading this in Tasmanian. I feel like Loud One wrote this. The Superman is in several years the trial return to the hometowns and did not succeed. Hence the re-return to New York. But unfortunate is he, discovers that own lover, Louis Silk, but unfortunate is he, discovers that his own lover, Louis Silk, has already had the male friend and a child the. Never mind, I think I'm changing it. Everybody stay the fuck away from 99-cent stores. That's all I'm saying is you got to stay away from 99-cent stores. All right. I got something. We're going to save one of these for next week. We're going to call Dr. McDreamy, but we're running out of time to have a real conversation with him. So I'm going to leave you guys with something real quick here. Then I'll go between the sheets. But I want to touch on something that Dr. McDreamy's been bugging me about for years now, and I thought I would show you this. There's a couple things. We'll get to him next time. I'm going to have Dr. McDreamy on the show. We'll call him. We'll make sure he's got time to chime in with this. But, okay, let me pull that off the screen. I used to say this, and I hear this from you guys all the time. There's nothing wrong with Snickers. I've been eating Snickers my whole life. They didn't fuck me up as a kid. They're not fucking me up now. Same with Doritos. Same with Taco Bell. I've been eating Taco Bell since I was a kid. Never had any lung problems or digestive problems. I'm okay. I've been eating it for 40 years. Everything's fine. You've been saying that. Think about some of the stuff you guys have been saying like that, because I've been saying it. And Dr. McDreamy says, well, take a look at this. There's an Almond Joy ingredients, then 4 ingredients. And here's what they're putting in Almond Joys now. Now, there's 18 things on there, 13 things. Those aren't all wholesome ingredients. Half of those are chemicals. And if you don't believe me, this is the other one that I was talking. I'm going to let this play for a minute. This is the difference in ingredients on how things have changed since we were kids. Pay attention. When we were kids, we absorbed all this and kept going. We thought we were invincible and indestructible and everything was good. Look at the difference in what they've done. Look at all the chemicals and shit they put in the very product that we were happy with. I've been eating Wonder Bread for years. Yeah, because Wonder Bread had 8 ingredients and now it's got 35. And 20 of them are chemicals. I'm telling you that the stuff, he's not wrong on this. We got to quit walking around saying that. We can't go around saying, come on, I've been eating Jiffy peanut butter since I was a kid. There's nothing wrong with that. No, there wasn't back then. Jiffy peanut butter had 3 ingredients. I want to get Dr. McDreamy and talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to turn this into a Dr. Phil session, but there's some questions about some stuff. I just want to get it brought out in the open because he's right and I'm wrong. All right? That's a big thing. It's not just that all the stuff we used to eat. Well, let's just stick with the stuff. Let's stick with what we know. Let's stick with the things we know we used to have. We used to eat this and this and this. Let's just stick with what we know. Let's feed it to our kids. That way we're safe. We're not getting into all the new weird shit. And yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You don't even know. Yeah, true story. Not even true, it's a story. It's a true story. I want to get into that. We're going to get Dr. Madreamy on the phone. We got a little bit longer to play with that because there's some good information there. So let me jump back between the sheets, see if there's something in here that's worth reading. Disney Kid, $21. Handsome General. Oh, sure. Now I get 4 handsomes? Now you want to start the show. Oh, fuck it. Disney Kid, Handsome General. Here's to make room in the glass. Well, you did it. He cleared out that fucking glass with those diamonds. Those belong to Disney Kid. Listen, we're coming up on the hour. I'm going to go right now. I got a bunch of trivia. I didn't even get to it tonight. I got some trivia, some movies. I got pictures, weird frames of movies. I can tell what they are. I'm going to see if you can tell what they are. We're going to have a Dr. Madreamy segment next time. We'll talk to him about stuff. We'll make sure what day he can participate. We'll ask a few questions, get some straight answers, stuff you guys are going to want to know. And I don't even know, maybe MarcyZavala.com will be right along with him. She's the nutritionist. She knows her stuff. And we'll talk to him. Plus, we'll go through the trivia. I'm telling you, I'm looking at some of these things. I got some trivia. I had some really good ones. I'll add some more to it. We'll do some phone calls. We'll give away some prizes. But for now, I've read the sheets. The light is green. The trap is clean. The sheets are clean. I'm out. I got to go. I got to get out of here. I'm going to raise one more glass to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you had an hour of your evening to waste, what better place to waste it than right here at Gen X Talks? Appreciate you guys. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side, but we're drinking this one first. Oh no, I can't find the cork. Guess I'll have to finish the bottle. Oh, I don't want to, but that is the rule. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you landed on us with the radio, the Armed Service Radio Network. I'm not sure where you're listening in from, but thank you for joining us. Remember 3 things. Number 1, wherever you go in life. Number 2, if something goes wrong in your life, always blame Trippy Pineapple. Just yell it out. Fucking Trippy. Even if you know you did it, like in your work, and you fuck something up and everyone's just about to see you, just yell, fucking Trippy, and everyone will, who the fuck is Trippy? Because he did it. And the last thing, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I'm out. Thanks again.